Face mask sellers. Do you sell masks on Etsy and you're sat there wondering, do I have a future? Do I have a future on Etsy? Then I'm going to be giving you some helpful tips and tricks to stay relevant even after the pandemic is hopefully, fingers crossed, is going to be over. Keep watching this video for my best tips and tricks for you, boss. Hi everyone, I'm Steph, and if you're new here, hello, welcome. I have been running my six-figure handmade online business since 2016, so it's been a few years now, and I'm basically here to teach you how to do the same thing. So if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel for weekly tips and tricks and all that good stuff. But yes, face mask sellers. Now, at the beginning of the pandemic, people went shoo all the way to the top of the search results with face masks. And if you were one of the first 10,000 shops that started to sell face masks, and that wasn't sarcastic, by the way, I mean the first 10,000 shops that hop on a trend are going to be laughing. But what happens when the next 10,000, the next 10,000, the next 100,000 shops start to sell face masks on Etsy? What's going to happen then? And even worse, what's going to happen when masks are no longer, hopefully, maybe, fingers crossed, are no longer a thing, right? So I can kind of see you sat there feeling really, really nervous about face masks and wondering, what am I going to sell when the bubble bursts, right? Now, let's just backtrack a little bit. There were so many shops flocking to Etsy trying to make face masks that Etsy actually started to limit the amount of sales and visibility they would get in the search results if they had a lot of undispatched orders, which is why if you were kind of new and you had quite a lot of undispatched orders, you would your shop would just die. It would just fall off the face of the earth. And that was purely because Etsy was trying to limit the amount of people coming in. Now, whether or not you agree with trying to sell face masks or you don't, the fact of it is that I know that a lot of you watching this are seriously worried about what to do when the pandemic is over. And now things are starting to hopefully slip back into normality a little bit. We're all kind of sat here wondering, pondering the answer to the question, what's going to happen with face mask sellers? So I'm going to give you my best tips to make sure that your shop becomes a brand and not just a face mask brand. And I'm going to be giving you all of my best tips to make sure that you stay relevant and you keep getting consistent sales.
I'm interrupting my own video to ask you a question. So you're watching this because you want more Etsy sales, right? And did you know that conversion rate is absolutely the key if you want to do that on Etsy and beyond? You want to build a thriving business, an amazing brand, all on Etsy. If you want to do that, then you need to grab this free masterclass. It's insanely valuable. It's happening today. Secure your free spot using the link in the description box below, and I can't wait to see you on the inside. Now, let's get back to the video.
So tip number one is to start to create complementing items. Now, it can be low maintenance. It doesn't have to be something crazy and wacky. But what you could do is you could start to create t-shirts with the same designs on, maybe scarves, something like that, right? And what I would do with this is that I would begin to roll these out in sets. And the reason for this is so that you're training your audience to expect different things from you, right? So you're training the people that come to view your shop, that come to view your brand, that you're not just a face mask shop. If you just overnight are I'm going to take face masks off and I'm going to list t-shirts and belt buckles, right? Your audience is going to be super, super confused. So what I'm suggesting that you do is that you actually start to do a kind of soft launch of these and start to do them in sets. And also what this will also do for you is it will enable you to see what the really popular patterns and sets are if you roll them out together first. Tip number two is start to create social media content that is less and less and less about face masks. And again, what this will do is it will teach people that are viewing your social media, say Instagram, Facebook, Pinterest, Twitter, TikTok, all that good stuff, right? It will start to kind of make them realize, make them change their mind that you are not just a face mask shop. Because I think that's what quite a lot of people were doing, is that they were mainly face masks and that is all they would sell. But the problem with that is that the bubble obviously is kind of starting to burst on that. So I feel like you've got to start to train your audience to expect different things from you. And if you're still posting stuff about face masks on your Instagram to your 1,000 people, let's say, right over there, then it's kind of like you're not really going to be getting the right people coming into your shop. The whole idea of posting stuff on social media is to get people into your Etsy shop, right? But if you're only posting about face masks and they come into your shop and there's everything other than face masks, then they're going to be starting to get a little bit confused, right? So I would start to batch plan about a month's worth of social media content, slowly weaning your audience off of the fact that you just sell face masks. Tip number 3 is to actually start to embrace the idea that you are on a handmade platform, right? And this sounds bizarre, but I'm going to explain. Embrace the fact that you are on a handmade platform and start to post more pictures behind the scenes of you working. Because I'm going to say it, when face mask people came on Etsy, there were a lot of people selling face masks that weren't handmade, right? Or that you didn't have any involvement in the whole design process, right? So what that's done is it's kind of broken down the trust that Etsy is purely a mum and pop handmade platform, right? So what I would suggest that you do is start to embrace that again. Now, even if you use Pod, which is print on demand, show yourself designing the prints, show your inspiration boards. I've even got one literally there that if you watch my lives in the Facebook group, you will see is always behind me. Really, really show some more transparency within your brand because people do value that, especially on Etsy. Now, it's just a little tip just to kind of get yourself out of the I only sell face masks. Start to embrace the whole Etsy atmosphere, right? And really start to post more behind the scenes content. Now, I do have an Etsy shop updates video, which is definitely something that you want to watch if you want to start implementing this in your shop. My 4th tip is to make sure that you have built a brand that attracts your target customer, right? And if you're sat there and you're thinking, you know what, I kind of have a brand, but I'm not really sure what my brand is. If you are in any doubt, if there's even one little smidgen of you that could not go to someone and immediately reel off what your brand was and who they were trying to attract quickly and efficiently, you need to go back and you need to really do some work on your branding. Now, I have tons of branding videos on my channel, right? But you really, really, really want to be sure that you have created a brand that attracts your target customer. So the very first step with this is that I would say to create a target market avatar. Find someone that has already purchased from you before, give them a name, and really start to kind of describe exactly what kind of person they are, what they do, what their values are, why they like your brand, etc., right? And start to hone in on your valued target customer and create everything in your business around that one person. So they're kind of like the sun to your stars, right? Or is it stars or is it planets? I don't know. I'm not very good at space, but you kind of get my point, right? You've really got to be creating everything around this one person. And that is really the best way to start building a brand, right? Not just being a face mask Etsy shop, but you're actually building a brand. But what's your next step after doing this? Well, if you have started to build a brand and you start to kind of pull away from face masks, but you're still not seeing the sales, then you want to get a seat on my free 80-minute masterclass, the 3-step framework to skyrocket your Etsy conversion rate. The link for that is in the description box below. Okay, so definitely if you're serious about this Etsy shop, then definitely go and grab a seat on that masterclass. And if you like this video, please give it a big, big thumbs up. Don't forget to watch these 2 videos as they will be also really helpful for you. Subscribe if you haven't already. But for now, guys, I shall catch you in the next video. Bye, everyone.